Okay,
Okay, let's
welcome
start
to
properly.
Not So Christian Brothers, the after show. It's a Sunday. You've gone to Mass. And we're all here. So it's my brother Justin, myself, Colm, Justin Caffrey, Colm Hayes.
I will have been to Mass.
And, do you go to Mass?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you go to Mass?
Justin and I go together.
You can't, you're different religions.
We swap around every week.
Yeah, we bring our ropes down.
And, so welcome to Not So Christian Brothers on a Sunday. And
welcome.
Rebecca Horn, our producer.
Yes. So
It was a different religion to us.
that was a great show.
Last Thursday.
You got a bit dirty with the Epstein and Clinton. You went off piste. I told you we weren't doing that topic, but anyway. And then you spoke about the weather, which was lovely.
Yeah.
And then Justin spoke about how the weather doesn't affect his mood, like when it's rainy and yucky. And but we spoke about blue moon. No,
Full
the
moon.
the full moon, and
yeah.
men and women.
Yeah.
Do you think the full moon affects you?
I think it has to have some effect because, I mean, obviously the pull, the tidal pull from the moon at that stage is pulling everything. And I think you feel, don't they say it also pulls bits of your blood and all that sort of stuff. So it has to have some sort of, I don't know why I'm doing that with my hand all the time. It has to have some sort of effect.
Do you feel more
know?
hormonal? Like, do you
I
feel
felt this morning driving in, I drove over the East Link Bridge. It was really interesting. It was about 20 to 6. And there was obviously people out jogging. It was about 20 people. And they'd all stopped on the East Link Bridge in Dublin city centre to take pictures of the moon because it looked like the moon from Arthur, you know, somewhere between the moon and New York City.
Yeah.
It looked amazing. Made me feel good, but hormonal as in...
Like, are you wobbly?
Same parents, different timelines, and united by chaos. Strap on, strap in, for the not-so-Christian brothers.
That's a constant.
Oh my God!
What is wobbly? What is wobbly?
I think wobbly
Mr.
is where
Wobbly.
you're untethered.
He's the new Mr. Man. Oh, say hello to Mr. Wobbly.
I forgot.
Wobbly,
There is a
wobbly,
Mr. Wobbly.
wobbly, wobbly. Is there?
Discombobulated, untethered, not, at sea, not like straight in the
Oh,
world.
I don't need the full moon for that.
Okay, so you're grand.
Yeah, so no, Justin's right.
Okay, Justin, do you
that's
feel-
during my waking hours, love.
Did you just call me love?
Yeah, I just take it from Terry.
All right, calm
But
down,
I
everybody.
tell you, I do. The full moon does remind me to update my Jotish horoscope.
You're what?
What's a
gee,
Jotish horoscope? What's
Don't worry,
a
he's going to
Jotish?
tell us.
Yeah.
Oh,
I would love
great.
to know
Let's go.
more about this.
So Jotish is an Indian lineage of astrological study,
Okay.
right? And if you become a Jotish expert, it takes I think it's 7 years of university. So if you look at something like Prime Minister Modi in India, he won't go anywhere without his Jotish astrologer.
What is it?
So you have to find out the exact time and location of your birth, right?
Yes, I know this.
So you find out the time and your location of your birth. And then they look at a correlation of where the planetary system is at that moment.
Wow,
and
that's
then they
cool.
constantly assess where it goes. But here's the best part.
Yeah.
So I used to pay a guy to do this for me.
He was making too much money at the time.
Yeah.
He's spoken about this on episode 3.
Go on. And what happened?
He got replaced by AI
Ah, yeah,
because Jotish astrological charts are actually based on the movement of planets. So you can actually get AI. So Anthropic Claude.
So
is
you're
the
talking
best
about
of this.
Vedic astrology, basically.
Okay,
No,
so both of you
so
sound
Vedic
like,
astrology
Yeah.
and Jotish are actually different. So they're different
what does it
lineages and
mean
different
to
studies.
me? What does it mean?
It means that you can assess where you are going and what's going on in your life, and it's very interesting. There's a lot of people who do this. So I'm big. Now I am the most pragmatic person you'll ever meet in your
Is
whole
it
life.
why I got my brows done for the first time ever today? As you can see, they're slightly crazy. They will be okay tomorrow. I felt the need
Maybe
to
if you had followed your Jotish
Well,
calendar,
I,
you wouldn't have been
um,
so crazy
I
looking.
thought-
42 and I've
No,
never
I
done
think,
my
I
brows.
think if you did your Jotish calendar yesterday, it would have said to you, go and do your brows.
Yeah, I mean, get your
And now
brows
here
done.
you are.
I mean, last week it was the tits out. What do you have to say about this?
No, I was just saying I follow, and I like this because I want to get into this because I follow. It's a bloke called Fat Larry on the back pages of The Sun, and he does your astrology, and he says great opportunity is coming your way.
What? You?
He doesn't
For
say
you.
anything else. That's it. And about once a month, he says great opportunities coming your way, and I'm going, Fat Larry, you've got it because
Can I tell you a
there's always
secret?
opportunity there. You just don't know whether it's great or not. So Fat Larry is probably better than
Jotish.
Jotty. or Dodie?
Can I tell you a secret?
Jotish. I
When
think.
I was when I was a teen,
F-A-T-L-A-R-R-Y.
I'll have to discuss that more with you, what the difference between Vedic and
Off
Jotish.
camera,
I'll be
please.
off that. Sorry,
when
sorry.
I was
apologies.
a teenage girl into my 20s. This is a true story.
You were
Yeah.
a teenage girl into your 20s.
Into your 20s.
Wasn't
From a
everybody?
teenage girl into her 20s.
I would
is a true
have
story.
been very swayed by my stars.
Well, that's
right?
because you're president.
That's how you're going to say something else.
drunk over there.
Let's get the racism.
I'm a
That's- oh my god! I would have really been swayed.
Now,
So
in
if I,
fairness, most prostitutes would probably have to be Protestant.
oh my!
I mean, you couldn't. It's not Catholic Protestants or prostitutes. is
No
it?
way. No.
I cut
No,
this.
they're just called mothers.
Cut this.
Oh, we're in trouble again, Terry. We've gone down the racism.
Down the
thing.
right.
Just
Sorry, what did you
Yeah,
do?
what
Go
I-
on,
Sorry,
go on.
love.
I used to be swayed. Like if I was in a crappy relationship or work
Yeah.
wasn't working out or friendship, I'd go, oh my
Yeah.
God, it says cut him loose. It says around the corner is change. And I honestly was that sad. I was so, I was someone who was quite spiritual and I still am. And I was really, it sounds really silly, but I was really like, they've said there's another job. And then I started to realize it's all horse shit.
Yeah.
All of it. And
Well,
you
that's
really-
because you were reading the one in the sun.
Were you
no,
eating
I
Fat-
wasn't.
Were you
No,
eating
I
Fat
was
Larry?
paying for astrology. And my auntie, who's since deceased in Greece, was very into she's an
Deceased in
astrologist and deceased in Greece. It's not a song. And
Yeah.
she did have
good
someone who
Mm.
worked on her star sign. But I was really like, God, Virgos shouldn't be with Capricorns. Or like, I was obsessed. I'm a Virgo. What star sign are you?
Pisces.
Can see that for you.
Yeah.
What star sign are you?
Aquarian, sign of creativity.
I don't think
No,
so.
Pisces is actually
So
creative.
not.
Go what?
Pisces is actually creative.
Yeah, I think you guys just loll around in the
No,
water.
no.
Very little
But the
happens.
Aquarians,
Tadpole.
the Aquarians make the Pisceans creative. You're a goddamn fish.
Okay.
How creative is that?
That's-
I'm a water carrier.
A what?
Isn't the Aquarians the water carrier? Isn't that the sign?
God.
I don't
Can't
know.
remember. I'm not into it.
Okay,
Star
well, I
sign.
was
But
into it.
astrological stuff like that, I don't believe in at all.
No, but I
But
do.
what
Do you
about Jodie?
I believe in the science.
Okay.
And I think that's different.
I think something happens the
The
full
science
moon.
of the stars is the way to
I
go.
feel very empowered during a full moon. I do feel a bit hormonal, but that just could be me. I get very energized. Some people don't. I know some people say that people go crazy, but the full moon is a thing, Colm, and you need to like.
No, it
invest
is.
in
It's a
this,
tidal pull. I mean, that's the biggest thing is you are getting a pull from the moon, if you know what I mean.
It definitely impacts people's sleep as well.
Of course it does. Yeah, yeah.
No,
yeah.
it's fascinating. that-
Especially when the person next to you is going, oh, you know, there is that. And they have a big hairy wrist.
Have you had some Shiraz?
No, Column's just hormonal.
So you're getting a pull from a big hairy wrist. And the hell of the moon.
That's all we got from that. That's all we got from that.
He's a bit hormonal and he has a big hairy wrist
cut.
pulling him.
That's all you take from today's
Like,
show.
subscribe,
Go for
invest.
it.
All right, Colm. I'll pull you off with the full moon.
Shave your wrist first there, Fat Larry.
You fancy now?
Your astrology.
You fancy now? Reach around.
Hey,
I can't even get up to leave because I'm locked in by my mic.
Something seems to go just down the tube. I think it's
Downhill.
because you're
It's
here.
because I'm here. I bring the tone down. Justin,
It's
we were,
'cause we're trying to impress
we were
you.
talking about the weather. Yeah, it's a great job. We were talking about the weather and how it doesn't affect Justin. He's like, look, I am the way I am. It's obviously great to get some sunshine, and I know you disappear off to Spain sometimes or abroad, but it definitely, I wouldn't say I've sad, and I'm not going to get too deep and meaningful because I've good vitamin D levels, but I definitely find the weather affects
Yeah,
me.
I
And
know I do.
then you said Norway, depression, mental health. Isn't that one of the best lifestyles? They say best place to live, least stressful. It was on a thing last week, place to live. So then that doesn't correlate.
Yeah, but if you look at those statistics for Norway, what you find is that they support things like children in primary care, so
Yeah.
creche centres. They support a lot of working moms returning to the workplace.
Yeah, because they pay high tax.
They pay high taxes, right? So at a societal level, Norway does very well. But still, if you get into the mental health issues, they still have challenges, and especially when you go to the north. I mean, remember, Norway's a big country. If you're in the south versus the north, it's very different. You know, once you go north of Norway, north of Sweden, you're into Lapland. Santa lives
It's
up
very
there,
dark. And
and
it's,
it's very dark. And you have 6 months nearly of
And
darkness.
6 months of light.
we've had pretty much 6 months, 7
Yeah.
months of like, it's
Yeah,
been,
yeah.
we had a beautiful summer last year. We just need that.
I
What
know.
is it going to be? Wetter in the winter and warmer in the summer.
I remember-
Sounds like
What? Sounds
you're a
what?
hairy handball. So,
Fat Larry, hand pal. Fat Larry, back pages of the sun.
so you guys are going to ask me a
Right, go on.
question about how I know Bill Clinton. Ask me.
How do you know? Oh, yeah, you had a workout with Bill Clinton.
Yeah, do you want me to tell you the story?
Well,
Yes.
obviously, yeah.
Go ahead, Monica.
So I'm not gonna. God, guys, seriously, jokes aside, her podcast is brilliant. She gets in. She has done well now. She
Monica.
had a crappy time for a while. Yeah.
I think she's fab, yeah.
I think she's fab.
I think she's very intelligent. She's very beautiful.
agile.
I think she's.
Wow.
But
Wow.
would she have been as successful in life if she hadn't have given the
What
reach
a
around?
hideous. What? I'm actually ignoring that. We're not doing that.
Just
So,
saying. Just saying.
Do you know what?
Why
I'm
do
not.
No,
How
just
do we
leave
know
it.
her?
Just leave it.
It's a.
Thank you,
Okay,
Terry.
Terry, shush.
Thank you, Terry.
The gym that we were frequent, or I frequent, often has stars in it, right? And it's great because you see them in lift and you're like, you double take. The gym was closed this particular evening, like closed as in, no, can't go down. There's a conference on and the conference goers are, and I was like, feck this. I need a workout, like a pay astronomical fee. I was really cross. So I know that there's another entrance. There always is, right?
Yeah, so did Bill.
I'm actually getting ahead of the misogyny.
another entrance. Shave your wrist. Go on, sorry.
I'm getting ahead of the misogyny. I feel like if I just get ahead of it. So,
Oh, no, we'll catch up.
so anyway, I'm getting fucking need a workout. I was really tired from work and stressed. And I think it was 7
Yeah.
in the evening. Went down and they still had the signs like you can't go in. But I was like, well, the door's opening. So I went down the back entrance. It's so sad. You're pathetic. It's pathetic.
Sorry.
It's just a grown ass podcast.
Did Bill come
It
in the
is,
back
sorry.
as well?
No, come on now, Terry. Enough of that.
Pathetic.
So because we're never going to get to the end of this. Okay?
Okay,
My God.
Sorry, go on, sorry.
I hate when I snort on
Okay,
air.
go on.
So went down the back entrance and it's really quiet. The
always
whole
is.
gym is God, it was cavernous. Anyway, whole gym was empty, but I could see these two really big lads.
I'm not going anywhere now with this. I've finished. With
Okay,
it. I'm gonna
so
get
two really big
adult
lads,
about
and they're
this.
standing around at the equipment. I was like, that's really strange. The whole
Yeah.
gym is closed, but there's two guys, and they looked bouncer-esque. Anyway,
Hmm.
I see not a very large man. He's actually not that big in stature, but very greying, quite tanned,
Hmm.
bit perma-tanned, in this kind of like tracksuit, full-blown tracksuit on the treadmill. They were kind of standing around looking. And I came in, acted completely normally because I was like, oh, what the hell's going on here? I did not recognize him.
Right.
And I started to lift the weights. And one of the chaps came over and goes, oh, sorry, ma'am, the gym is,
Yeah.
And I said, well, I'm a member. And I did this big, like, I'm a member. And also, because I could have lied and said I was at the conference. I was not, obviously. I said, I'm a member. I'm just utilizing it. Is there a problem? I can go to the front desk. And he was like, no, look, it's okay. You're okay, ma'am. I was like, okay, whatever. So I'm doing my work. And then I see in the mirror, oh, for fucking A. And I think it had been in the news that he was coming over to some big thing. He was definitely at a talk, maybe
Yeah.
with her.
I don't know.
While he was doing his treadmilling, and of course, meanders over to the little weights section. So, of course, we were kind of in sync.
Did you give him a whistle or a chat
Did
or
I
anything?
what?
Did you
No, we were
talk
in
to
sync.
him?
Yeah, he just went, lovely evening. It's great to get out or something like that. And I went, it absolutely is, yes. And I didn't go there. I just was like, yeah. I found him a touch sleazy.
Oh yeah.
Like
and
I
then-
didn't look
yeah.
hot. I was in gym gear and a top, and there wasn't really much to look at. But I could feel his eyes. It was a gaze, and I thought,
Yeah.
he was kind of. And he goes, "Do you go?" I go, "This is my gym," and
Did you
he's
give
like,
me your half in? Yeah.
You know, maybe you could have been as big as Monica is now.
Okay,
If
that's
you had just
absolutely
taken that
horrendous.
sleaziness in
Absolutely
and embraced it.
horrendous. I actually just don't
Could have
know.
moved- yeah, you could have been Monica the Second.
I'm actually completely
Welcome to my
ignoring that.
podcast, Monica the Second.
Anyway, so I just didn't really, and then I just said, he goes, there's a function upstairs later or something, and I said, oh my god, best of luck with that. But I think
Yeah,
it
in
was-
room 201.
I think there was a slight disease that I wasn't enamored or starstruck or because
The man's 90. Why would you be?
it was about 4 years ago. It wasn't
Okay.
that old. But I've had
86.
Jamie Foxx, Patrick Dempsey. We've had big stars in that gym, and I'd always be a bit like, oh, there's a little bit of excitement with Brad Pitt recently. But for this guy, I was like, nah, nothing. And I actually think that pissed him off because I'd say a lot of women are. He's quite the presence.
Oh, I'd say.
Is your gym owned by Jeff?
He smelt nice. I will say that.
Jeff Epstein.
He's not with us anymore.
Yeah.
The
Her gym is on a little island
Or
off
he's
St.
not-
Lucia.
A tip for you, a tip from the top. He smelt really nice.
Ah, there you go.
Ah, there
Yeah.
you go.
Thank
The only
you.
That's
celebrity
aftershave.
we ever had in our gym when I was working out the nose, I was the monk.
What are you doing with your fist again?
Working
Also, I just want to go back to the show. We won't talk about wars. We'll try not to get into the deep and dark stuff. I did love Justin saying, and he reminds us all the time, put some money away. And I've got a few little vaults going on and I'm watching them and I'm on this. I mean, it's not like billions, millions. It never will be, but it's lovely to see it grow. You're saying with everything that's happening, if you can put money away. This brings me segued nicely to Grania. Why did she do that for you? Where
'Cause
you
she
said on
hated me.
Thursday's show,
But sorry, just
it's
say
not
what it
all
is.
about you.
No, say what it is.
Thursday's show, you said that I asked you both about your childhoods, and you said your sister was kind of like putting a bit of money away for you, and it was really great. Why did she do that, and how did you think of that?
I don't know, but I think what it gave me was an idea of saving. Like I really learned
So
very
nice
early
of
on.
her.
Do you know I built my wife a?
You built your wife. How we'll end the show there. No, Terry has to go back to his AI wife.
On
hammer and
regards
nails.
to
a
so
cushion.
Neva's been asking for the home finance to be sort of more, as watching your show and stuff, be more keeping track of things and so forth. So I built a home finance app
Good.
for where we can do
App?
stuff and
Sorry,
an
an
yeah,
app?
Yeah.
Wow, very
That's what I
good.
do.
Are
Not
you
just
going
a
to
pretty
release it
face.
to the public?
Well, if you want it, yes, not a problem.
I'm sure people would love that.
I'd love a bit of that.
Yeah, so but it's to just do like home finance, basically your month spending, see what you're at, and so forth, your mortgage and everything.
Like a little
else
balance sheet.
Yeah,
you
basically.
spend a
yeah,
lot
but it's-
more than you
put your money
think.
in as you
But
go.
I think you spend a lot bit more than you think, right?
Oh,
but
God,
if you run
yeah.
a company, you run a balance sheet, you run a P&L account, you monitor your costs, you consider where your income's coming from. People's households are companies.
It's a
Like,
business, yeah.
There's two incomes coming in more often than not. There's lots of outgoings going out. I think getting on top of it is critical. And a lot of the times people get into financial strife because they bury their head in the sand.
Okay.
And you're better off just facing into it. So I think starting to save. I think go back to what we said at the start of the year about where I thought the economy was going to go this year. If we stay in this war for another
It's
2
gone.
or 3 weeks, it is catastrophic. I think
You will be right eventually.
at an economic level, it will be catastrophic, and the consequences are people will lose jobs, economies will. I think we're really in a bad shape. From
Okay,
where
can we
are.
just put a little silver lining on this one?
No. You know, I was looking at sorry. I think you should release that. Or maybe if any of our people who watch and listen ask for the app, you should give it to them
yeah,
for free.
it's a home finance
Look,
app.
I spent 20 quid on coffee today. I should be ashamed,
that.
and I
You
know
spent
Terry
20
will.
quid
Yeah,
on
I don't want to
coffee?
talk about it.
Oh my
I
God.
had a coffee with someone, then I had a client thing, then I actually bought one, a beautiful scale one, and I was walking going, holy shit kebabs, Rebecca, that's about 17 quid on coffee.
ridiculous.
Now, one for
Wow.
someone else.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
okay.
crazy.
I wasn't asking for shame. I will expense
No,
some of
we're
it.
not shaming you. We're
But
not
it's
shaming.
not
It's just
good.
I'm just
coffee's
amazed
ridiculous.
by the price of what we
No,
would
no, it's
spend on
ridiculous.
coffee.
I know,
It's
and
just-
I have
it's
good
gone
coffee
through the
at home.
roof, like.
The-
Like I don't drink anymore, and apparently now a pint is nearly €10 or something.
I don't
So
really-
is that
places,
correct?
yeah.
I don't spend much
Well,
on
I don't
alcohol.
drink beer, but I think it is up around
Like
You
there.
don't drink at all
That's
anymore.
mental.
Oh,
You've
no, I
given
do.
up drink.
No, I don't drink during
No,
the
hang
week.
on. So when do you drink? Thursday on?
Any day that there's a Y at the end of it. No, I'll have a little scoop on a Friday and Saturday.
So you don't
Yesterday,
drink on a Thursday. Stop lying to me.
No, I don't drink Sunday to Thursday.
That's a
Yeah.
lie.
No, I don't.
Oh,
It's
okay.
not actually a lie.
that's a
So it's
good
a
go.
great day
All
to
right.
get you because you're
Anybody who
completely
sees Colm
coherent.
Hayes out and about buying alcohol on a
Send
later
us a
day,
photo.
please send us a photo.
So somebody out there is going to start kicking
Oh my God, I
drums down
love
the lane
this.
with kick. No, not him. No.
DM us any
Biggest
footage of
problem with
Colin.
the Strait of Hormuz being closed down, right?
I was going to tell you about my meeting Hugh Jackman, but okay.
Oh, sorry. No, this
When
is
did you
one-
meet Hugh Jackman?
This is 1 second. This is 1
You're
second.
quite like Hugh Jackman.
I like
go.
that story. I'd like to meet Hugh Jackman. I bet you he's a really nice man.
He's a really.
Is he
really
into
nice guy.
men?
I don't know. I met him and his wife in St.
This
Lucia.
was the first wife.
In St. Lucia, on that little
I
island.
don't really know which wife it was.
So the blonde one, the lady is with for 20, 30 years, and I was with him,
Yeah, she was blonde. She's a very attractive lady.
his
About-
manager.
It was about 25, 26 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I was in the gym. We were staying in this really nice hotel.
And were you on an
in-
island
in the Caribbean?
in St. Lucia? Small island, was it?
St. Lucia is a small
Oh my
island.
God,
St.
were
Lucia
you on
is an
Epstein's
island,
No, no.
That's what we told you.
St. Lucia is an
Dirty
independently,
little
separately
devil.
run island
I can
all on
see
its own.
you.
Your honor.
No,
Oh,
no
funny.
Epstein.
So he would have been playing Wolverine then. That was his
Well,
first.
so he just got the
No, he
part.
played other games, Epstein. He
So-
never played
so it was
Wolverine.
just at the time when he got the part of Wolverine. And the funny thing was, you had these passes to be in the gym. You know, you tap your thing, and you were going in and out of the gym. And then there was a really cool running track outside. So I'd seen him training every time, right? And he was clearly very fit. And the weirdest thing I saw was he was the first person I'd ever seen run backwards
Oh,
on a
stop.
treadmill.
wow.
Wow.
Right?
What?
And he'd run backwards to slow it down so that he was kind of powering into the way that he was running.
Sorry,
It was
what?
weird.
Right,
So
okay.
he was going that way, and
And I'm guessing that would have been to do with his fight training because he
Sorry,
would
that's
fight
incredible.
backwards to defend
I think
yourself.
I'm in
I never
love.
thought about that, but that must be why. I mean,
Yeah.
I considered trying it, but I knew I just end up in a heap.
And he wasn't at all struggling.
No, he wasn't struggling. It was really super impressive, and I was kind of in awe of this guy. To be perfectly honest, just
Wow.
thinking that's really cool. Anyway, we're in the gym, we're training, and we got a bit chit chatty. I had no idea who Jackman was at this stage. Got a bit chit chatty, and then he said to me about 6 or 7 days into a 2-week holiday, "Oh, here, you guys have our passes. We're not going to be coming back." And I was going, "Oh, what's that?" And he goes, "Oh, I've got a movie. I'm an actor." And I was like, "Oh, really?" And he went, "Yeah." And I went, "Oh, like, what are you going to do?" And he went, "Oh, it's a kind of a wolf thing." And I was kind of looking at him going, all right,
Little
love,
pet.
give it a go, get out there and give yourself a little chance.
Backward running.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Wow.
And
He
there
still
you go.
didn't. He didn't tell you his. You didn't clock it.
I
He
don't
must
know.
have loved that you
I don't know
weren't.
if he was famous then.
No,
Oh,
actually,
no,
he
he
wasn't.
was.
No, it
No.
would have been just breaking
First of
into
all,
the.
I think that
I
was
know the
great.
Greatest Showman was huge
Greatest
for
Showman was
him.
great.
No,
movie.
but that was
that
all
was
after.
much after.
That was
That's
well
after.
after. Yeah.
What
25
was
years
what was his
ago.
big rom-com? He did other films that
I
weren't
thought
just-
he was in was he in Home and Away or G'day
Hugh
G'day or whatever that
Jackman,
thing
he
is
would have been.
called?
I think he was
No,
Home and Away or one of the.
Isn't there a
Was he?
G'day
He
G'day?
came Australian TV. That's
He
where
was
came.
Australian, but he
He
was.
was
I mean,
in Neighbours,
I have to
wasn't
say, he was a really, really nice lad.
I'm going to
Really-
Google
I mean,
everybody.
Was he very big? I
No.
feel like he's very big. No.
No, I mean, well, I'd say, was he very big? I mean, I don't remember being,
Overpowered by him. I was.
Jesus, like you are a fight.
you.
Were you?
Yeah.
He was definitely very fit. I remember
Okay.
thinking, my God, and I was young. I was 25 at the time, so he was older than me.
Wow.
But yeah,
Good
nice guy.
That's cool.
Story.
Cool story. I
Start
like that.
flying
That's a
in.
Sorry,
nice
do you have a
story.
good story
Kate-
for us or not?
Kate-
If you don't,
Kate and Leopold was his big rom-com. He was in Australia, Les Mis, Prisoners,
Les
Great Showman,
Mis.
Bad Education, yeah, Beauty
Don't
and the
know about it.
Beast.
But they're all
Beauty
after
and the
Wolverine.
Beast. He was really good in Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, I don't know if he was in G'day G'day.
He wasn't.
The soap opera. I have no stories.
So you wanted to talk about the Strait of something? We might leave that for another
Strait
podcast
of Hormuz,
episode.
the
Guys,
biggest-
please
the
like,
biggest thing
follow,
closed.
subscribe.
I need to tell you the biggest problem. This is really important. People
on.
think it's all, we can't get the
Nobody
oil.
thinks this. We just don't need to hear from you.
Everything that people have ordered from Temu is stuck in the Strait
So
of Hormuz.
all
So your entire
shirts.
wardrobe
So when you see
will
the
be
Houthi,
saved from all those
when
horrible
you see the
t-shirts.
Houthi rebels in Yemen, they're going to be wearing my shirts,
Yeah.
my trousers.
You realise the show will be discontinued.
t-shirts that are
you remember
stitched
our
inside your
original
cardigan.
show?
Maybe
Yeah.
Temu can sponsor us and get it out
The
there.
Houthis are going to be doing fashion displays, like.
Actually, we had a show stop before. If this one stopped, we have no more names.
We're okay. The Houthis love this.
Caffrey and Hayes. I mean, we could. Okay, we'll talk
Doesn't the
about that
Houthis
next week.
sound like a bar?
Please like, review, give us some star ratings. We need a bit of that on Spotify. Watch the video. We're doing really well, but we could always do better.
We can.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you for
Thank you.
watching.
Thank you. Bye bye.